It wouldn't be a season starter if we didn't have problems. Anyways, welcome back, guys.
Season 5.
Top five. I'm a little out of practice. I feel a little awkward. So
Shit,
we're gonna
last
try
time
to
we
figure
recorded
it
an
out.
episode was like back in January.
Yeah. Anyways, as we say at the top of every episode, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, rate us, and tell a friend to watch us and listen to us and give us feedback. Actually, I'm gonna take that feedback shit out of the way because I personally don't care to have feedback. I'm gonna do what I want anyway.
Like, fuck your feedback. Ooh,
Right?
Sorry for hitting the mic, guys. I'm trying not to hit the mic.
So, we're in a new space now. This is season 5. We're testing it out. I'm liking it a lot better. What do you think? How do you feel about it?
I like it. I just gotta get adjusted to it, but I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, so here we are, season 5. So if you don't remember us, I guess talking about did we talk about season 5? Okay, so as you all recall, every season there's like a general, like a overall topic that we're going to be discussing. And so this season, we're going to be discussing Peggy's favorite topic.
My man. It's like the men.
The men's.
The men's.
All the men's.
All of them.
The side men's. The
main ones.
The tall ones, the short ones. The big ones, the small ones.
The skinny ones.
The round ones. The dark ones, the light ones. The non-binary. All of them. I personally am excited because Peggy and I had a discussion about potentially having a recurring guest. We have a bomb ass lineup of people that we're gonna talk.
We do.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, there's some people that we've spoken about in past episodes that you guys don't know or have seen. And you're gonna see this season. We're probably gonna get chewed out. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't be hating on the men. That's Peggy's job. That's Peggy's
I don't hate
MO.
men. I hate the shit that they're about sometimes. And not all men, before y'all start jumping down my throats and commenting under our videos when we post them. It's just, I'm privy to the bullshit. Stuff that most of us were naive
But not
about.
all men are.
No, I've grown out of that aspect. In my 20s, it was always all men, all y'all ain't shit, da 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 da. Now I'm in the space where not all men are like that. There are a specific group of men that are good men, and they don't have to say they're good. They don't have to look for validation. You know you're a good person without being validated for being a good person. You're not walking around saying, I'm good. Oh, I don't do that. I don't do this to women. You don't gotta say all that, because you just naturally being who you are, people will see that. So I'm rooting for those men who are present, who protect, who provide, who are just overall good people. They can be your friend without wanting more than that. So that's who I'm rooting for, especially the black men. I love y'all.
Oh, it's always gonna be the black men for me.
It's the blacks for me.
We wanted to be responsible when this season came about because we didn't want it to be biased or like our point of view. That's why we're gonna have a recurring guest.
And we're clearly not men, so I can't speak on a male experience when I'm not a man myself. So,
bruh,
shut up, Jessica, because I feel like there was a commentary that was gonna happen, and you just say something.
You have very masculine energy, so it doesn't. It's not off.
Shut up.
What are you most excited about as far as like season 5? Well, you know what? Let's backtrack because we've been gone for a long ass time.
Long time.
What have you been doing in this period? In this, what is it, 6 months hiatus?
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. On these streets. It's like I actually been working, school teacher, and then running the business. Modern Look Spaces, if y'all didn't already know. We are coming up on our 1-year anniversary. And then like just trying to enjoy life. I turned 37 like what, a few weeks ago, almost a month ago.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm getting old. Oh my God, I'm officially in my late 30s. What the fuck?
I had that epiphany when I turned when it was my birthday this year. I was like,
officially.
I just have that dumb look like
late 30s. But the good thing is I'm just gonna gracefully accept it because there's a lot of people that didn't reach this part of their life to live to see their 30s and 37 at that. But I still love the fact that we don't even look our age to the point where, you know, you're still getting carded. People are double looking at like the year. But I'm like, once it says 19, you should already know I'm over the age to drink. Yeah, like, exactly. You just gotta read 19 and that's it. Like, there's no need for you to double check now. But for the most part, mostly been working, focused on the venue business, which takes up a lot of my time. But I like the fact that we got to like rest and reset for season 5, and we took the time to study the logistics for our podcast, knowing like, you know, when to not do it because we know people are outside living their best life, and when to do it. And it's kind of like cozy season. Like, I like the fact that I know people are going to get cozy when they come home from work or listen to it while they're riding in their car, for the most part on their way to work or after work. And I feel like people will make time to watch us more when it's this season, as opposed to once we push that clock forward and the sun starts coming down, setting down at like 6 o'clock, you can forget about it. The views will go down because
I'm not looking forward to that at all. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be depressed though.
Oh, I know, when the sun goes down at 4 o'clock. Yes, that's in 2 weeks, or a couple of weeks or whatever.
Whenever this airs.
Yeah, whenever this airs. Once 4 o'clock hits, it's not even, the sun is setting. It's pitch black outside. That's what pisses me off. It's pitch black. But no, and I wouldn't say rediscovering myself, but continuously making time for self-care.
That's one thing Peggy don't skimp on is self-care.
Yes. It may look like, oh my God, she's doing this, she teaches, she works full time, she does her like
but I think it equals. Oh, you're talking about like people see you doing all these things and
they probably think like, when the fuck does she have time to do all this? But trust and believe, I have a calendar on my phone and an agenda, and literally even with my friends, I tell them, like, I gotta get back to you. I have to check my calendar. I have to check my agenda. Because literally, that's what helps me stay organized. It helps me stay sane. And I'm not overwhelming myself. If I know one weekend I can do, like, 2 events, then that's what I can manage. If I notice the last 3 weekends in a row, back to back to back, I've been going out, I tell myself, no, this weekend I'm staying in the house. So, like, last weekend, I mean, partly due to the rain, but I had already designated that Saturday that I wasn't going anywhere. I only left to go get gas in my car and get my toes done. That was it. And that's part of my self-care. And I literally came back home, showered, and was in the bed watching Netflix. But yeah, I feel like I'm big on, if you don't take a moment to take care of yourself, your body will do it for you. And it's not in the most positive way. If your body shuts down on you, that means it's beyond exhausted. And I never want to get to that point. And I've gotten to that point little bits of time, but not so much where it's like, the doctors are telling me I need to go on bed rest for whatever reason. And I never want to pray. I never get to that point. But like you said, I don't skip on the self-care. And self-care to me, it can be literally being in the house, ordering food, just watching TV, reading a book, and doing light laundry, whatever. But like taking the time. Because outside will be there. I mean, I know at one point we always said outside would be here. And for a year and a half we were inside. So I'm taking advantage of like networking. So I've done like little day parties, networking brunches. I've been to a few of those over the summer. Some were free, some you had to pay. And me and my friends would go. Me and Wilson went to one the company's called Lightwork Events, I believe, and they had like a brunch noir event where like I love seeing people that look like us in Seaport, in spaces that you typically don't see us. And when we're out there, I love it because white people be walking by and they're like, what's going on? They're probably like, this black people over here, but whatever. But I love it, especially during the summer, because the bright, vibrant colors we wear, the neon oranges, the yellows, the greens, love it. And I just was in the sun. Like, I took a few trips. Went to Puerto Rico for my friend's birthday. She wanted to go to Puerto Rico. We went. And then the boo took me to Curacao. When he first told me, I said, Cura what? I had to look it up. Beautiful island, very small.
She's geographically challenged.
No, I didn't. Never heard of it prior. No.
Okay.
No. I didn't know because it's not a common island that people talk about where they say, oh my God, I'm going here. People typically mention like Jamaica and Trinidad, you know, but once he mentioned it and I Google searched it real quick, I was like, oh, okay. It's like right before like South America at the like on the border, not border, but above Venezuela. But it was a good couple of days that we just relaxed. We didn't do nothing too egregious. Was by the beach. Stayed in the sun, did some sightseeing. It was a beautiful island. I enjoyed my time there and then my niece got married over the summer. Whoop, whoop. She got married. I've been to a couple of weddings this summer. Mm-hmm. And I know you've been to a couple.
Yeah. Well, not this summer, but yeah.
Sporadically.
Yeah.
Throughout the year. But like this summer, it was like July, there was one. Then 2 days before my niece's wedding, I went to a wedding. And then actually... couple of weeks or 2 more months, my coworker is getting married. Yeah. So I'm weddinged out.
Okay. Well,
what have you been up to?
Well, if you must ask, I actually had a really good 6 months off. I'm paying for it financially right now because I overly enjoyed myself. But I went to Jamaica. I went to several concerts. I went to the Usher residency. I went to Alicia Keys. I went to a whole bunch of like small time artists, but that's my jam. Like, give me an intimate setting. Like, I want to be in like a capacity of 300.
You referred me to one.
Which one?
Music Showtime.
Yeah,
and I took my boyfriend there for his birthday.
And it was bomb, right?
Yeah, he enjoyed it.
The vibes was, oh my God. I love when they do concerts at City Winery. Mm-hmm. Because it's intimate, you get to enjoy a meal, you get to enjoy live music. Mm-hmm. I think that's like honestly the new thing to do right now. I notice a lot of people are going to...
I think it's appropriate for our age. I don't
know. No, but it's like, even with like Grace by Nia, like she has it where like you're enjoying a meal and live music, live entertainment.
I don't know about the meal, but yes, you're enjoying the live music. Yes. Listen, I'll support Black businesses, but I'm going to be honest. But continue.
Okay. So yeah, I did a lot of traveling. I went to Vegas for the residency. Obviously, I went to Jamaica with my family, which honestly was like a really good time. We were a little concerned because like it was like the new generation and the old generation. So like the 30+ people with the 20-year-olds that like my nieces and my cousin's niece. Mm-hmm. There were some challenges like throughout, but I feel like we were good at resolving conflict. Mm-hmm. I made a new friend out there who now lives in New York. Well, not now, but he lives in New York or whatever, and we keep in contact. I've done a lot of networking.
That's good.
I've been working on a business for myself by creating my portfolio. So when I'm ready, I'll do it. I'll like talk about it, but right now I'm just like in the beginning stages of it. Like I'm also obviously like fucking scared as shit to do something like that on my own because I've never done outside of the podcast, but that's like with a joint venture. It's not like a solo business. I'm definitely dragging my feet on it because the fear of being responsible for something like on my own is like wild crazy to me. It's like a baby.
Yes.
Like you love it, you enjoy it, but like to put it out there into the world, you're just like scared. Like, what if it doesn't go well? Like, what if, you know, and I'm sure you've dealt with it a lot, like with all your business ventures, people like provided negative reviews and whatever, but whatever. We'll talk about it later when I'm like completely done with it. But yeah, I actually enjoyed my 6 months off.
You mentioned concerts. I didn't do a lot, but I took my boyfriend to Music Soul Child. It was like a surprise, really low key because he doesn't like big stuff, whatever. And it was really good. I'm not gonna lie. So I just was spending the whole time like enjoying
just
food.
Connecting with people.
Yeah,
that's literally what I was
making
doing.
time for friends and family. You know, I know my friends be like, "Oh, Peggy, you're booked and busy." I am, but it's like I still try to make time as much as possible. Right. That's why I tell people like I don't really do things off the fly anymore. It's literally because part of it, I'm getting older. I don't have the energy to be doing things spontaneous like that.
My friends have been saying, "Oh, you gotta like schedule Jessica." Like people think I'm joking when I say this, but like you need to give me like the top of the month. You need to connect with me.
Yeah.
You need to be like, "Yo, what days are you available?" And not necessarily. It's not to say that like only you have to do it with me. Like I do with other people. I'm like, "Hey, I have a few couple weekends available." Or I have a holiday coming up where I don't have anything to do and I haven't seen you in a while. Like, do you have time on this day? That's like...
She never said that to me, but yeah, go ahead.
Bitch, because you're fucking busy. And I don't want to talk to you.
And this
no.
This is before the podcast.
No. What? No, this is as of recent because I kept double booking people. I've been doing... In the 6 months that we were off, I've been... Huh?
You were double booking yourself?
Yeah, like, I would tell somebody I'm available on a date, and then someone else would come like, "Oh, are you available?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm available." And the day comes, I'm like, "Fuck, I have
nothing worse when you realize
2 brunches and a dinner, and I gotta figure out who to cancel on." And I just hated that. So I've been using my calendar heavily. Mm-hmm. We now created a calendar for the pod. Listen, if you, like, when you get older, adulting is telling your friends, "We need to go out and do this."
Every
100 times.
Every time. And then there's no actual booking.
Peggy's been asking me, like, "Jessica, when are we going to go to our birthday?" Because we, every year, do something for our birthday. Like, just the two of us. Because she knows I'm not a social butterfly. Like, when she does things for her birthday, she invites a whole bunch of people. And I've met her friends that they're amazing. My social battery just can't keep up. And then I just
I'm proud of you though. You
resting
came,
bitch face
last year when I had to look.
Yeah, and I was sitting by myself in the corner.
But eventually, I don't know what liquid courage you got.
No. It was everybody was cheersing. What the fuck? I'm on the chairs sitting down away from everybody.
But then you was dancing, and you came in the basement. You was chilling. After that, you left after. But you spent a good hour and a half, almost 2 hours there. Then you left.
Yeah, girl. I was drinking all day that day. All day. Like when I got to your house, I was probably 3 hours in drinking.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, anyways, enough of our recapping because we can go on and on. There's been so much that's happened in the 6 months we've been off. So, and I
mean, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. You know, people beating people with folded chairs.
When I fucking tell you that I had a time.
Here's the thing: when my boyfriend told me about it, he's like, "Babe, you heard about that fight in Alabama?" I'm like, "What fight in Alabama? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, the security guy trying to do his job. And he got attacked." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I don't think nothing of it. So I get home, shower, and I'm scrolling, and I see the first video clip of like a news reporter talking about it. Like, "Oh, security guard is doing his job. He gets attacked by people." And then I'm looking at the videos, a bunch of white people jumping him, and what killed me from jump was when he flinged his freaking hat.
And no one saw it come down.
That hat never came back down, and people have said, like, that's the call for all the black people to come.
Right.
You have that young man that was swimming across with fucking, I think he had Tim's on or sneakers on, swimming across the freaking water to get to him. Like, it was crazy. And then whoever uncle that was, had that folding chair, was beaten.
That wasn't him. It was his ancestors that came alive and was like reparations. He done lost his mind. He hit anything that was white. He didn't give a fuck. It was the boat. It was the lady.
Listen, the fact that they made songs and they even made a dance, it was the Bama Brawl, whatever they called it. And they said we have to commemorate that date. Was it August 5th, 2023?
Yep. So I will be taking those days off from work. I don't care.
Listen, all calls to all black people, make sure if whatever day that...
At this point, we need to make it a holiday and
it's
just go to Alabama.
It's another Juneteenth part 2.
Right.
So that's all it is. Look, maybe we'll all collectively get together and fly down to Alabama.
And throw out roses for our ancestors.
Yes.
In that same water that all that shit happened.
And we all come with folding chairs and sit down and pray. Look, I'll never look at a white folding chair the same ever again.
Never. Like, I've seen people with this shirt, like with the folding shirt, and it says "fuck around and find out." Like, not the folding shirt, the folding chair. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, we need to get one of those. I'm gonna have to get one of those. Honestly.
Yeah, let me know because I want a shirt. I wouldn't wear it to work though, but yes.
Yeah. No, it'll be on the pod though.
But yeah, I think overall the last 6 months have been, interesting. People have been asking us, hitting us up like, oh, when is season 5 coming out? You guys still doing the podcast? Or whatever.
What I was telling Peggy the other day was like the amount of people asking us and like referencing videos and like old pod episodes. I'm like, the numbers
don't match.
Like, I'm consistently getting berated with like, when is it coming up and when can they be on?
Yeah, and that's the one too. The ones that keep asking, oh, I definitely, especially when I've seen plenty of times in the past where people have commented under like the clips that we post. Mm-hmm. Oh, I definitely want to come on, and then we post like, this is your
opportunity. Be having a vendetta with y'all motherfuckers, because she'll post like, okay, do you want to be on the show? Fill out this
Google form. And because this is not how it works. You don't just hit us up under our page and talk about, I want to be on the show. Okay, so you can email us, and then every time we post, here's the opportunity for you to be a guest on our show. You don't respond, and I get it. Instagram's algorithm and all this other shit, but we share this on all platforms of our social media, and a lot of you guys follow the both of us, plus the podcast page. So there's no reason why you guys should not be trying to be guests. And I get it, this season is a little different. So some of you, especially the women,
I was gonna say, I definitely have to say no to some women, because I'm just like, this is not the season for it. Maybe I don't know what we're gonna do for season 6, but it ain't this season. This season is just...
But I've had men in the past comment, or the ones I've seen in passing, like, yo, I definitely gotta be on your show. All right, well, here's your opportunity.
Here's the Google form.
Fill it out. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
But I am super excited. I definitely miss, like, halfway when you're like after 4 months, I'm like, oh, I low-key miss, like, recording. Yeah. Like, the first month or two, it's like, okay, we definitely needed a break. Recharge.
We were agitating each other. Like,
no, the recording was agitating. Like, very irritating, especially when it doesn't work when it's supposed to. But overall, I love when we sit down, especially like over the summer. We met, a few times, I believe, trying to figure out the titles, the topics, trying to make sure it streamlines well and makes sense or whatever. We're just different. Every podcast has their thing, and we have our thing, and we want to keep it going. And we love the fact that people love our podcast so much that you guys want to either be a part of it or are eager to look forward to the next season or whatever. So we appreciate the love, but the love needs to match the numbers that I see on YouTube.
I agree.
The
views, especially because we weren't gonna do the visuals.
No,
that wasn't in the plan.
No, we literally, when we originally started, it was just audio. just audio.
Right.
Then people kept saying, yo, y'all should, like...
You want to know what fucking kills me? And I've said this in the past. People who requested the visuals said they like to play it in the background. That is what the fuck the audio version is for. Just put the audio version. Like, why do you need the visual to play in the background?
Maybe they want to peek over and be like, oh, I want to see her facial reaction when she says what the fuck she says. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. The people, and especially the people who ask for the visuals, are not the ones actually watching it. So it's like, what do you need the visuals for? You just need to hear my voice. You know who the fuck I am.
Right.
But we still do it. But I can honestly say I have a handful of people who actually say, like, they watch. Yeah. They physically watch it as opposed to hearing it on through audio or whatever. But again, I'm super excited for this season. I can't fucking wait, especially for the guests.
I can't wait to get in my potting bag because I'm so rusty right now.
Very rusty.
I want to be very intentional with this season. We're going to create outlines. We're going to be, doing the research, having the facts to back up the research, right? Like, if there's a specific topic, we're going to have facts to have, like, to touch on, right? Like, if there's, like, if we're talking about mental health, we'll have, like, the statistics, the the analytics
Mm-hmm.
for that. See, when I talk fast, the words don't be coming. But yeah, like I'm gonna be very much intentional when it comes to that. Like we're gonna do you guys right. Like we're not gonna be those girls that just sit on here and bash men.
I won't. But no, like we know that I saw somewhere, where was it? I saw somewhere it says like, oh, women have all these spaces where they can feel safe and comfortable and stuff, but a lot of men, specifically black men, don't have those spaces. Especially even with their own significant others, they may not feel safe because they feel like when they start sharing information, the woman or the partner might use it against them or whatever. And I get it as a man. There's certain things you may not want to still share with your woman or whoever you're dating, because there's certain things you feel like you feel more comfortable with talking it with your boys or whatever, or your best friend or your close friend, and that's perfectly fine. Like for me, I'm perfectly fine with my man not telling me everything, but I want him to know like you have a safe space. There's things emotionally that you can talk to me about. I may not fully understand it because I'm not in your mind. I don't know what it feels like to be a man, especially a black man. But you have that space to talk to me or whatever, especially when it's serious. There's time to be serious. When we're talking shit, we talk shit. But if women saying that they want men to be emotionally available, you have to be prepared to hear when his emotional side comes out and he wants to be open with you about certain things. You can't be using it against him like, what the fuck? Like, why is he crying? Well, he's human. He can cry. He can get into his feelings.
That brings me back to the story of when I was dating someone. And this is so crazy. But I was dating someone and this person never wanted to like drink and have like wild intimacy, right? Mm-hmm. You know how sometimes the drinking or the smoking can kind of get you to another place. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just gonna drink casually and see if he'll drink. So he started drinking with me. And I remember, and I appreciate him being very vulnerable with me, but that wasn't the time for it. We were talking casually and drinking, and like we just had finished dinner, and he opened up about something very personal and very like emotional, and he started crying. And in my head, I'm like,
bitch, you better be joking.
I'm going to bed, pissed the fuck off. But yeah, I mean, I supported him in the time that he was crying, but that was not my intentions. My intentions were to do other things, but then I had to console him, so here we are. Yeah.
Well, you weren't sober, so I mean, you weren't completely drunk, but you were slightly inebriated.
Yeah, this is probably like the second glass or something. Mm-hmm. I was drinking wine, and I think he was drinking like gin or something. I don't know. Mm. And I was like, okay, this is what we're doing today. Got it. Okay, cool. But yeah, no, you're right though. A lot of guys don't have the space to cry and be vulnerable. But there's a time and place for it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I said it.
What's the time and place?
When the space is open for that. Like if we just had dinner or about to go to bed, it is not the time for you to start crying.
But what if something triggered?
Wow, what triggered? Because I'm thinking back on the conversation and nothing should have triggered that.
I don't know. You know how some people, like they say, like sometimes a passing thought, even a smell or something, can trigger something that in your brain that you have suppressed to protect you. And
I will say maybe if we're gonna play devil's advocate on the side that you're going in, maybe he refuses to drink like that because everything that he's suppressing comes up because now your
true emotions are showing.
Yeah, like you can't, and like I don't like the whole like, oh, your what is it? Sober thoughts are
like when you're drunk. That's when your sober thoughts come out.
Yeah. I don't think that's true. Mm-hmm. Not in every circumstance.
Because none of my sober thoughts came out while I was drunk. Absolutely the fuck
right. But you might be right. It might be like he avoided drinking because he didn't, want to feel those feelings, and that was the day that I realized I will never. Wait, you know what? Now that I'm saying this out loud, we might have to cut this out.
Jessica's a bitch. No, I mean, you didn't know. I mean, what was this, a couple of years ago, if not more than that?
It's like a little. Ooh, it was 2020. It was 2020.
I mean, growth. That's why it's called uncomfortable growth. It's called growth. You evolved since then. But no, I get what you're saying. But at the same time, like, I get moments where I'm randomly like, oh, I do get what you're saying, the time and place. There are times when I'm beyond frustrated about something at work. I really want to cry, but I'll be like, no, I don't want people in my business. Like, get the fuck together. Like, when you get in your car and cry at something. Like,
I hate that you cry when you're frustrated.
Yes.
And people be thinking like you're sad or like you're hurt or something someone said.
No, that's just how
it's just like, I'm just frustrated. Like, to be honest, I can't hit you the way I would like to. So, the only other way to have my emotions come out is to cry. So,
yes. Me too. When I'm frustrated, when I'm angry, I cry. And then obviously when you're sad, that's obvious. And the cries are different. People don't understand, like, the cry of frustration, cry of sadness, or whatever. So even tears of joy is slightly different. They even like did studies on people's tears, like how your tears are formed, like molecularly, how it's formed when you're happy, sad, angry. So,
oh, that's crazy. I
didn't know that either. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, so your brain is processing things differently at the moment when you're crying. So obviously your mind is not thinking of sadness. You're thinking of joy, but you're happy. So you're crying tears of joy. It's not sadness. You're not angry or frustrated, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do get what you mean. But I feel like maybe at that moment,
it just wasn't. I learned that day. Okay,
yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
I'm saying in general, like for a man, maybe at that moment when it's sporadic, that the tears come out, even if there's no alcohol involved. Maybe at that moment,
there was a multitude of things, right? I'm gonna get off this topic because I don't fuck with this man no more. So why am I?
Oh no, I wasn't talking about him.
Giving him the space, but I'm just giving you background story. It was 2020. It was June of 2020, and there was a lot going on in his life. And then to top it off with COVID and pandemic, and it was just like, I guess it was just like a release of all that stress. Yeah. And I will say, like, we had a conversation after that, and he like thanked me for giving him the space and making him feel comfortable to be that vulnerable. So I guess, like, kudos to me, you know, just making spaces for everybody, you know. Like, what if like he had all that tension built up, but didn't have anyone to do it around, and he came around me and was like, "Oh my God, like, you're like my safe space."
No, I get that. I'm just saying not in his case. I'm just saying in general. Like with some men, they may feel like, oh, I feel comfortable with her. Maybe you never said, hey, you can tell me anything anytime. Maybe your aura just gave off like, I can be myself and this burst of tears or whatever, or the burst of emotion of talking. You wasn't expecting it because obviously you thought everything was good and it kind of throws you off. But then I feel like even after being thrown off guard a bit, like kind of still being receptive, so that person maybe later on can still be able to feel comfortable to talk to you, especially if there's a friend or a significant other. I mean, I don't know about a complete stranger, but in this day and age, you really don't know what people are going through because people are doing wild shit. And since the pandemic, I feel like
you could say one hurtful thing to me right now and I will bawl fucking cry. That's how like hypersensitive I am, because it's just like
so
I don't think I've gotten over the pandemic.
A lot of people haven't. I mean, just by seeing the way people drive nowadays, I'm like,
okay,
what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But no, I get it. So off that topic, again, we're super excited. We're trying to create that space for men. I know y'all probably something out to like, what these bitches fucking talk about? All y'all do is talk shit about men all the time.
No, that's you. That's not me. Do not come.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
like I was saying.
No, like I was saying, and I will.
The shit I have spoken of was based off of the experiences of the specific
but when I say
men.
when we're having a conversation about a specific topic, right, not related to any of our personal lives, but just a topic like, oh, you know, I know men who've forgiven their partners for infidelity, and you said, I was like, this is a good percentage. Like, what percentage? 1%. Like a 1%, like, of men that will forgive.
Well, the reason why I'm coming off with that percentage, first of all, there's more women on this planet than men, so the numbers are kind of off, anyways. And two,
if you're going by percentage, you're going off of fair, like, numbers. Like,
what's fair? What's a fair number?
I think there's a lot more men out here that forgive their significant
I'm not
others.
saying there isn't. Of course, I was talking shit, but I'm saying like there are men, like I said in general, like when I say certain things, it's really based off of my experiences, but I'm over those. But I can still talk shit if I want to because that's my experience. But I didn't sit here and date every single man on this planet to say, 86% of men have said they will forgive me if I was to cheat on them.
First off, the spectrum of relationships you had are so small.
Very small.
Because you do long-term relationships a lot of times. Like
it's what you said it a lot of times.
Like almost all of them went long. Nothing less than 3 years.
I've had 2 relationships that were extremely long that should have ended a long time ago. But yes, you're right. And I've had dates in between that where I was like, oh hell no, I know what I don't want and do want. And those long-term relationships have taught me a lot of what to look for and what not to look for. And part of it was I was we both were teenagers, especially the first one. But it got to a point where when does this person realize, oh, I gotta do better? And then the second one, middle 20s or whatever, still fairly young. Yeah. I wasn't asking to get married right then and there, but it's like, you pursued me, let's build on this. We weren't like 20 dating. We were already 20, I was 24, 25. This person was like 22, 23. We dated for almost 5 years or whatever, but you would think during this time period this person would mature, but they never did, and they still haven't. But at the end of the day, yes, my dating spectrum is very small because most of my relationships were long-term relationships. But during those periods where I wasn't in a fully committed relationship, I was dating. I can say I have a full spectrum of experience of dating, but my dating pool has remained mostly with black men. I haven't like ventured off into interracial dating or whatever.
This is so random, so off topic. I just thought of this mentally, like from a conversation I had with someone. And he was asking like when are you starting the pod, and I was like, oh yeah, me and Peggy have been setting up and we're gonna start recording soon. We're gonna record early so that we can kind of do what we need to do. And he was like, can I just tell you something? And this is not word from word, but basically he said to me that I need to be more myself on the pod. So I want to say, what are you going to do differently on this pod, this season, that you didn't do in the past?
Maybe stop asking you if you got in therapy yet.
No, no. First off.
Have you?
No, bitch.
Okay.
No.
I'm still working on
I told myself, and I told him, he may be a guest on the show, but I told him that I would genuinely be myself. I was reserved out of fear of judgment, out of fear of people taking what I'm saying out of context. But now that like I've done the work, like the solo work to be the person that I want to be, or like in the trajectory of who I want to be, I can be more comfortable being like 100% myself. He's like, I could tell, like in certain conversations you've held back, like you've been like, I'm not gonna add to that. I'm not gonna say anything to that. So
did he reference me at any point? Because I don't know what I need to do.
You want me to tell you what he said? Because you're gonna die.
Yeah.
He said, I've been holding back, and he's like, Jessica, I know you, so like, why are you being so reserved? And he's like, Peggy's like,
I feel like you're more out there than me.
But like, if you know me, I'm not on the pod. And he said that Peggy is more conservative, and that's just who she is. And he's like, the dynamic, you're trying to kind of like be the middle. You just need to be fully yourself. Like Peggy's conservative, and I'm in the middle. Like, I'll say something crazy, but then 3 episodes later, I'm just like reserved. It's just like, just bring it all out. So I don't know. Maybe I'll say something crazy this season. I don't know. I might say something crazy. I already said something crazy. I'm getting annoyed because somebody want to cry in front of me.
But y'all, again, we look forward to season 5. We look forward to the guests. We look forward to the topics. We just look forward to every fucking thing.
We look forward to the comments and that people are gonna leave. And the keying and all that. I'm not looking forward to the editing. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. Anybody want to edit pro bono? Send me a DM, please.
It's a learned experience.
What do you mean?
Like if they do a
Yeah, it's to build your portfolio.
Yes, for those of us who are learning to do these things.
Yeah. We just spent like 30 minutes figuring out this damn audio.
Listen, I did not go to school for this. I did not go to school for audio engineer. I did not go to school for visuals. I'm actually doing visuals. Like, what the fuck? Like, doing reels and stuff. That shit be annoying sometimes. I ain't go to school for none of that shit.
Well, like a 30-second reel takes like 30 to an hour to edit in the way that you want.
I mean, you know we're perfectionists. Can't help it. And we're perfectionists. We can't help it.
No, that's just in general. Guys, I got hiccups now, so I think it's time for us to wrap it up.
At this big age, like, but no, we cannot wait for this season and what we have in store for you guys and what it has in store for us. Cause
yeah, you said that already. So
shut up.
If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, rate us.
You said that already.
Yeah, like I said. But you repeated yourself like 3 times. Like I said, I'm so excited for season 5.
Because I am.
Like, I'm really excited for season 5.
Because I was really excited.
No, like really, guys, I'm so excited.
I was beyond excited. I couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait to get off work. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm
for
beyond
season 5.
excited.
Listen, let me tell you, the guest, I'm so excited for.
I could not wait to get off work today. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
And like, you know, I'm just so excited to like fight with this audio. I'm so excited to fight with the.
All right, cut.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next episode. Peace.